Today we're taking a look at the new 2020 Rocky Mountain Fusion 40. It's their highest level 29er kind of sport type XC bike. This is not it. This is the 2017 Rocky Mountain Fusion 940, which is essentially the same thing just from a few years ago. This is my personal bike, so I know all of its ins and outs and its little flaws and its bits of character, so I want to see how the new one's updated compared to this one. Starting with the frame. I love this frame. The frame is really well built, the geometry is fantastic. This is one of those things that makes me love this bike. Component-wise, it's pretty well built with the SLX drivetrain from Shimano. It's the older 2x10 system, but there are a few parts that I wasn't 100% satisfied with. The cranks started creaking really quickly because they were basic Sun Tour design. The original handlebars had no rise whatsoever to them. They were a pure cross-country bar. The original tires were very, very slim. They were Maxxis Icons, if I recall. But other than that, I love how this bike rides. I'm going to get this out of here and bring in the 2020 model so we can see what we're working with. Well, this is a massive improvement right off the bat. Visually, very similar bike. It looks like the frame is entirely unchanged, which is a good thing. Like I said, this is an amazing frame. But everything else, except for the frame, seems to have been updated. Right off the bat, these handlebars have a fair amount of rise to them. I sat on this bike and took it for a little spin. This is a really comfortable position to ride in, and it makes the bike feel aggressive enough that you can go hard on it. The brakes are still Shimano's base models, but trust me, these basic hydraulic brakes are absolutely amazing. I think these are the MT200s. I love these brakes. They feel great, they stop great, super easy to get replacement parts, super easy to bleed, so I like their choice in braking. Drivetrain-wise, they've gone for the SRAM SX Eagle, which is an amazingly wide range of gears, and a lot of riders love the ergonomic SRAM shifters. Me personally, I'm more of a fan of the Shimano systems, but trust me, this works great. This drivetrain will give you tons of speed and also tons of climbing power anywhere you need it. Moving on to the fork. The fork is still from RockShox, but this year it's got a bit of an upgrade, which is the air chamber. That means you can tune this fork to ride exactly the way you want it to, which there's no way to do on my 2017 model. I'm just bringing this up so you can see the drivetrain. The SRAM Eagle drivetrain, these are great. The other thing I wanted to bring up here is the different tires and the different rims compared to the previous models. The tires are Wilderness Trail Bikes Wranglers. They're not the chunkiest tires in the world, but they're a lot better than the Maxxis Icons that originally came on my bike. And these rims, these are amazing rims. My bike came with SX19 rims? No wait, MD19, that was it. MD19 rims on my bike. They're essentially hybrid rims. They're okay for some light cross-country, but nothing too crazy. These are Wilderness Trail's STI30s. These are great rims. They're wider, they're stiffer, they're tubeless ready. This is everything you could want in a basic mountain bike. If I had to pick some flaws with this bike, I guess I would kind of like to see it available with a slightly higher end drivetrain, like maybe an NX or a GX Eagle, or maybe even a Shimano drivetrain, Dior, SLX, nothing too crazy, but something a little bit higher end than this. Other than that, the suspension is great, the fork's great, the small parts are great, the cockpit's great. You really can't go wrong with this bike. This bike's fantastic. Pew pew pew.